The year was 2053. Humanity was preparing for its first manned exploratory mission to Jupiter's moon, Europa. Unlike previous space endeavors, this mission wasn't led by government-sponsored space agencies, but by a private space company called OceanX. The company's founder and CEO, Elon Zhao, proclaimed, "Unraveling Europa's mysteries isn't just a scientific breakthrough, it's a critical step for humanity's future." The mission team consisted of 5 experts, each a master in their field. 1. Captain Aria Nakamura, an experienced astronaut and oceanographer. 2. Dr. Kwame Osei, an astrobiologist specializing in exobiology. 3. Zoe Chen, a cryobot technology engineer. 4. Dr. Svetlana Ivanova, a geophysicist and ice specialist. 5. Marcus Alvarez, a pilot and space systems technician. After a grueling 9-month journey, their spacecraft, christened Poseidon, entered Europa's orbit. The team was completing final preparations before landing on the moon. Aria's voice crackled over the intercom. "Team, we've made it this far. Now the real adventure begins." As the landing module approached Europa's icy crust, massive cracks and spiral formations on the surface became clearly visible. Marcus skillfully managed the landing procedure, and the module, named Nautilus, made a soft landing on the glacial surface. The team, donning specially designed cryosuits, stepped onto Europa's surface. Dr. Ivanova, collecting samples from the ice surface, exclaimed excitedly, "This ice is so different from Earth's. It contains organic compounds." However, the truly exciting moment began when Zoe activated the Cryobot. This advanced robot, named Poseidon, was designed to drill through Europa's thick ice layer to reach the oceans below. After hours of arduous work, the Cryobot finally managed to break through the ice layer. The team held their breath in the control room, watching the footage streaming from the robot's cameras. Suddenly, the screens went dark. Dr. Osei shouted anxiously, "What happened? Did we lose the signal?" Zoe quickly checked the controls and said, "No, all systems are operational. This is something else." A few seconds later, the screens lit up again. But what they saw astonished everyone. Before them was an enormous city, glowing in the dark oceans of Europa. Structures illuminated with bioluminescent lights seemed to dance in the water. Marcus, unable to believe his eyes, mumbled, This is impossible." Dr. Osei excitedly replied, "No, it's not impossible. This is exactly what we've been looking for, an underwater civilization." As the team tried to make sense of what they were seeing, the Cryobot's sensors began picking up strange signals. Dr. Ivanova said, "These signals, they look like some form of communication." Captain Nakamura had to make a quick decision. "Zoe, can we move the Cryobot forward? We need to take a closer look." Zoe hesitated. "We can, but this is an unknown environment. We don't know the risks." Just then, a bright blue-green octopus-like entity approached the Cryobot in the water. The being seemed to be looking directly into the robot's camera. Dr. Osei exclaimed excitedly, "Incredible! This is a first contact moment." The entity touched the Cryobot, and suddenly all the screens filled with alien symbols. Zoe said, "This is some kind of data transfer. They're sending us a message." After hours of intense work, the team managed to decipher part of the message. It roughly translated to, "Welcome, children of distant planets. We have been waiting for you." This discovery was one of the greatest turning points in human history. The OceanX team had not only found life on Europa, but had discovered an advanced civilization. They faced difficult decisions ahead. How would they share this information with the world? How would they communicate with the civilization on Europa? And perhaps most importantly, how would this discovery shape the future of humanity? Captain Nakamura looked at her team and smiled. "Folks, our journey is just beginning. I think we'll be staying here a bit longer than we planned." In the depths of Europa's icy oceans, This first contact between two civilizations was the beginning of an adventure that would redefine our place in the universe and who we are. Humanity was now looking not just to the stars, but also to the depths of the oceans. And who knows, perhaps the answers were always beneath our feet. As the initial shock wore off, the team began to work frantically to establish more meaningful communication with the Europa beings. Dr. Osei and Zoe collaborated to create a rudimentary translation algorithm based on the initial message and subsequent data bursts they received. Meanwhile, Dr. Ivanova and Marcus worked on modifying the Cryobot to withstand the intense pressure of Europa's oceans. "If we're going to explore this underwater world," Dr. Ivanova said, "we need to ensure our equipment can handle it." Captain Nakamura was faced with the monumental task of reporting their findings to Earth. She knew that once this information was released, it would change everything. After a long discussion with her team, she decided to send an encrypted message to OceanX headquarters, revealing only the bare essentials of their discovery. Days turned into weeks as the team worked tirelessly to learn more about the Europan civilization. They discovered that the beings, which they had started calling Luminites due to their bioluminescent nature, had evolved in Europa's oceans over millions of years. Their society was built around the hydrothermal vents at the ocean floor, which provided them with energy and nutrients. The Luminites' technology was far advanced in some areas and utterly alien in others. They had mastered manipulation of magnetic fields, using them for communication, transportation, and even as a form of art. However, they had never developed rocket technology or even conceived of life beyond their oceanic world. As communication improved, the team learned that the Luminites had detected their presence as soon as Poseidon entered Europa's orbit. The alien civilization had been observing humanity's progress for decades, intercepting our radio waves and learning our languages. One day, about a month into their stay on Europa, the team received an unexpected message from the Luminites. "We invite you to our city," it read. "We have prepared a vessel for your safe descent." The team was ecstatic but also apprehensive. Captain Nakamura gathered everyone for a serious discussion. "This is an unprecedented opportunity," she said, "but it's also incredibly risky. We don't know if our bodies can withstand the pressure at those depths, even with our advanced suits. We don't know if their environment is toxic to us, and we don't know their true intentions." After hours of debate, they decided to accept the invitation. However, only 2 team members would go: Captain Nakamura and Dr. Osei. The others would remain on the surface to maintain communication and be ready for any emergencies. The day of the descent arrived. A sleek, bubble-like craft emerged from the hole the Cryobot had drilled. Nakamura and Osei entered the craft with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. As they descended into the dark waters, bioluminescent creatures lit their way like living stars. Hours later, they arrived at the Luminite city. It was more magnificent than they could have imagined. Massive structures of crystal and a metal unknown to Earth science spiraled through the water. Luminites of all sizes swam gracefully between the buildings, their bodies pulsing with patterns of light that the team now recognized as a form of communication. They were led to a central structure where they met the Luminite Council. Communication was still difficult, but the message was clear. The Luminites were as curious about humans as humans were about them. They shared knowledge of their history, their science, and their philosophy. The Luminites revealed that they had long known about the possibility of life beyond their ocean. They had detected changes in Jupiter's magnetic field caused by human probes and spacecraft. This had led them to develop technology to reach the surface of their icy world, though they had never breached it, fearing what they might find. As the meeting concluded, the Luminite leader presented Nakamura and Osei with a gift, a small, glowing orb. "This contains the collected knowledge of our civilization," they were told. "We offer it in the spirit of friendship and mutual understanding." Upon returning to the surface, Nakamura and Osei shared their experiences with the rest of the team. They were all moved by the profound implications of this contact. They had not only discovered alien life, but had established peaceful communication with an advanced civilization. The team spent the next few months continuing their research and deepening their understanding of the Luminites. They learned about the delicate ecosystem of Europa's oceans and the Luminites' role as caretakers of their world. They exchanged scientific knowledge, finding that each civilization had developed unique solutions to the challenges posed by their environments. As their mission neared its end, the team faced a difficult decision. They had to return to Earth with their groundbreaking discoveries, but they were reluctant to leave this wondrous world behind. Moreover, they grappled with the implications of revealing the existence of the Luminites to the world at large. In their final communication with the Luminite Council, Captain Nakamura made a proposal. "We will return to our world and share what we have learned," she said. "But we ask for your permission to do so, and we promise to protect your civilization from any who might seek to exploit or harm you." The Luminites agreed, understanding the importance of this exchange for both civilizations. They even expressed interest in sending their own representatives to Earth in the future, once both sides were prepared for such an exchange. As Poseidon began its journey back to Earth, the team looked back at Europa with mixed emotions. They had changed the course of human history and opened up a new chapter in our understanding of the universe. Captain Nakamura addressed her team one last time before they entered cryosleep for the long journey home. "What we've discovered on Europa is more than just alien life," she said. "We've found a new perspective on our place in the universe. We are not alone, and yet our new friends are so different from us. This discovery will challenge humanity to grow, to think beyond our terrestrial concerns, and to embrace our role as citizens of a larger cosmic community." As Poseidon sped towards Earth, carrying its precious cargo of knowledge and the glowing orb gifted by the Luminites, the team knew that nothing would ever be the same. The icy oceans of Europa had not only harbored life, but had birthed a civilization that would forever change humanity's destiny. The greatest adventure in human history was not ending, it was just beginning.